Growing cuttings isn't as easy as it seems. This is quite tricky, but if you gain adequate information and implement it correctly, your cuttings will definitely be successful. The most difficult part while growing cuttings is to be cautious regarding the quantity of water. The first thing that arose in my mind after planting these cuttings is that how often I should give water to my cuttings. Do they need regular watering and misting? But if yes, then where this water will go, because the cuttings don't have roots to absorb water. And in fact, our aim is to develop roots in these cuttings. And if we do regular watering, the unrooted cuttings will ultimately rot due to waterlogging. And if we don't regular watering, the cutting will dry out. So what we should do to keep these cuttings alive? Actually, the cuttings need moist environment around them, but not a wet one. I have done so many cutting experiments, but the best I found is this one, which I am going to show you. We have to create moist environment around the cuttings and keep this environment remain until the roots develop. So for this purpose, I took these transparent containers. The reason behind taking a transparent container is that your cuttings need light along with moist environment, and as we all know that light penetrates swiftly through the transparent surface. I fill these containers with soil, which is a mixture of coco peat and soil in 3:1 ratio, means 3 parts coco peat and 1 part soil. Plant the cuttings vertically in these 2 containers in a way that at least 2 node areas are in the soil, and plant the cuttings horizontally in this container in a way that the node areas touch the soil. More significantly, here some care is required while giving the appropriate amount of water. You have to make the soil neither soggy nor dry. Just add a little bit of water over the soil surface so that the soil will become wet. That's enough. Cover the lid and place your containers at a place where they can get indirect sunlight. This is the most important step here. The cuttings don't need the sunlight that directly hit the container, because it would bake the cuttings and ultimately they won't grow. Now this is the interesting part here. You will notice after some hours that there are so many tiny droplets inside the container. These tiny droplets are showing that the inner environment is moist, and this was our aim, providing moist environment to the cuttings because they grow well in this environment. My cuttings are actually in process, but the next question that arose in my mind is that what happens after a week or some days when the water inside will dry out after evaporating. Obviously, we will provide again a moist environment. We will remove the lid and just sprinkle or shower a little bit of water in order to make the soil moist. Cover the lid and place the containers again at a place where they could get in direct sunlight. Repeat this process until you will observe tiny shoots arising at the node areas. This is a sign of root development. Though my experiment is in process, but my aim in this video is to give you the knowledge of water's need of cuttings and showing you how to create moist environment. I am waiting for the cuttings to root and I will definitely show you guys. Till then, bye.